All right, what's up, Tech? I'm super excited for today's video. We're looking at Bumble, okay? Now, Bumble could be pulling a fumble, all right, or it could be getting ready to rumble, all right? I know that was super cheesy, but there's a massive daily gap up to about 47 that we could fill off of earnings, okay? Now, the main thing I want you guys to pay attention to is we've been in this huge bearish channel for the past 3 years, okay? We're looking at the 3-year daily chart, all right, and we've been respecting the highs and the lows of this channel. Okay, recently it hit the lows of the channel at 1541 and have recovered beautifully over 100%. All right, currently at 3504 or 405. All right. Now, the thing that I really want to highlight that we're going to pay attention to mostly on the chart is going to be this. Okay, it's going to be this part of the graph right here. This is the volume profile. All right, this down here shows you volume by time. This is what people are very familiar with, but volume by price, all right, is going to really show you um, a better way to understand the price action and give you a true edge. Okay. So I want you to notice how we have a gap on the chart here. Okay. Those are an area where, there was no trading price at those levels, right? It just skipped right through those levels. And what you can see here on the volume profile is also what's known as a volume gap. Okay. In between this area right here. All right. So we have what's known as a high volume node up here. All right. And then we have more high volume nodes down here. All right. So the way that price action works is you're going to move from a high volume node, okay, currently like we're in right now. I want you to see how we went from these low volume nodes and then it goes back to a high volume node area, right? So we came down to these lows, quickly recovered, okay, went back to the initial high volume nodes right over here, all right, right around 20, okay, and then we've climbed and we've reached, all right, up to our peak. Now, we need to be cautious, okay, because we are approaching the top of this trend line, all right, and we also know that we are pretty much wrapping up the high volume node areas from here and below, right? We're pretty much getting rid of those areas. Now, if we react very positively to earnings, okay, there's a very good possibility we could break that trend line and come up here to fill this gap, right? Now, if we continue that momentum, all right, most likely we're going to head back up into the $50 range as that's our next high volume node, all right? But currently, I would be a little bit more fearful and be looking for some downside protection if I'm in this play, right? If you have some Bumble shares, maybe set a stop loss or just some type of protection. Um, because earnings season has been crazy this year. All right. We could see it, just rally beautifully and perform really, really well. Even if the earnings is bad, right? There's been lots of stocks that haven't had good earnings, but as long as it wasn't that bad, the stock rallied really well. Or, it's been painful for a lot of companies, and there's been really, really big drops on earnings. All right. Right now, what I can see again is we're facing the top of that channel. Okay. We're inside our middle Bollinger Band. So we're really just holding these levels and consolidating forward. Okay. You're in an uptrend when you are consolidating and bouncing on the top and the bottom, or the top and the middle Bollinger Bands. Okay. So if you notice, we come up here to the top, zigzag back down to the middle, up to the top, and just creating a nice overall uptrend, right? So if we're going to repeat that pattern, Bumble could start to react very well, and head upwards. Okay. Now the thing is if we break that, all right, support is going to be lower down here around 30. Okay. That's where the price action is going to be drawn towards if we flip this level right here, okay, to resistance. Currently, it's been a valid support level, multiple times, right? And we're creating higher lows. That's clearly an uptrend, right? But if that uptrend was to break, all right, again, that would be your target. All right. So things don't look too bad for it. Honestly, it's been performing very, very well. But the main things to be cautious of is really the volume profile. Okay. It's showing that we're really at a wall right now, and we're either going to break through that wall and pass and come up and fill this gap up here. Okay. So we have the volume wall, we have our bearish channel that we've been respecting for 3 years, and we have the gap up. Those are the main things that I'm looking at for Bumble before earnings, showing that we could have a dramatic move to the upside or to the downside. It would be really, really interesting to see how this one is going to play out. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.